Welcome back to another video. Today we are in the open Great Lake. We're trying out a different team today, featuring the Poliwrath with the Toxapex and Sandslash in the back. Poliwrath does learn the new move Icy Wind. So instead of the Ice Punch, we are trying it out with counter Icy Wind and Scold. Poliwrath has sneakily gotten a ton of interesting moves. I don't remember exactly how many charge moves it has at this point, but it's definitely got to be over 5 and probably more. So the Poliwrath right there ends up meeting the Azumarill. Okay, this Azumarill is going to be met with our Toxapex here. I don't know why our opponent is going for the Azumarill here, so they definitely made a mistake right there, and we are going to be able to win that match right there. So they actually had the Azumarill and Medicham for their core. I don't know what they had in the back, but probably not very good against our Toxapex. So next game here, we're going to be met with the Salizzle, and their opponent is going to throw a Poison Fang here. We didn't shield, which is great. Here we're going to go for the Scold. Our opponent ends up shielding. We do get the debuff from our opponent right there, so that's a very good situation. Our opponent ends up going for the Poison Fang again, and because of that, we are able to get to another Scold right there. So we do take down 2 shields. Our opponent ends up switching into their Witch Cache to snipe our Poliwrath, but we do have a Sandslash for this Witch Cache. We can tank 1. We're going to try to get to another Ice Punch here. We do get to the Ice Punch, which is great. This chip damage will help our Toxapex to potentially farm it down. Luckily, they throw the move, and we come in with our Toxapex right there to farm it down. And now we have to consider shielding here. We don't shield the Poison Fang, and this allows our Toxapex to potentially farm down, and we do get to farm down. Our opponent ends up having a Charger Bug in the bag, but our Toxapex is double debuffed at this point, so we're going to try our best to get to 2 moves. 1 Sludge Wave, and Brine does take out the Charger Bug, and luckily for us, we had that shield, so they weren't going to throw a move, and we are able to farm down. So GG's to our opponent right there. We have the Poliwrath, Toxapex, and Sandslash core right now. Essentially, we're just trying to scare away fairy types. We do get met with a Drapion. This is kind of a neutral matchup, but as you can see, our counters have chipped away at this Drapion. Drapion goes for the Crunch Bait. We don't shield it. We don't get the debuff. We go for the Icy Wind. They shield, and we get the debuff. Our opponent ends up going for another Crunch right here. Basically, they're revealing that they have Crunch and Aqua Tail, so we know that we're going to be able to get to another move right here and win the lead. Unfortunately, they have the Quagstar in the back. This Quagstar, pretty good against our backline, so let's see if our opponent is aware of this. We're going to go for this Icy Wind bait. They don't shield it, but we get the debuff. This debuff hopefully will come in clutch here. We're going to come in with our Toxapex here because we want them to consider switching out. These Mud Bombs are debuffed, and now we're going to be able to survive 3 of them, as you can see right there. And we're looking for the farm down. Good farm down right there by that Toxapex. We do get met with the Shadow Registeel. So really good decision by us going with the Toxapex to farm down that Quagsire, because obviously the Toxapex would have been horrible against this Registeel. Registeel goes for the Zap Cannon to try to debuff us, which is a good move. But unfortunately for them, they're Shadow, and we are able to farm them down. So GG's to our opponent right there. Pretty good squad so far. We do have to watch out for confusion users, as Poliwrath and the Toxapex are pretty bad against it. And of course, I was just about to say this, the Lanturns too. Lanturns are pretty bad for our team. So we have no choice here but to stay in. We are doing neutral counters, so that's something, but we don't have anything significant enough to throw. We do get the bait from our opponent, which is going to allow us to get to another Scold and take it pretty low. That's a surprising development right there, and we were able to snipe that energy. But that's a pretty surprising development where the Lantern took our Poliwrath took down that Lantern basically down to under 5% health. So not bad. But unfortunately for us, we get a little bit of misalignment. We actually want the Sandslash on this Skarmory, but we have this Toxapex on the Skarmory. So we're going to try our best to take out this Skarmory with this Toxapex. We do get that shield, and our opponent ends up switching in. This Dunsparce here is good against our backline. We're going to take that move and then just hope for the best at this point. We are running the Shadow Claw fast move for Sandslashers, so we're not even able to do much fast move damage. All of our damage are going to be from the charge moves, and our opponent has 2 shields, and they realize that we are not going to be able to throw 3 moves at this health, so they just have to shield, and then they're just going to have to throw a drill run here to take us out. I don't know if we could have done much else. Let's say we switch out into the Sandslash versus that Lantern. They probably would just thrown a drill run still against our Sandslash with their Dunsparce still, so not a great situation any which way. Alright, we have a Pelipper here, so we're going to switch out. We get met with a Dunsparce. Here's that Dunsparce again. This Dunsparce does have these drill runs. We are going to be throwing this Sludge Wave because we want as much damage as possible. Our opponent lets it go. We believe we can shield here and possibly... Oh! Our opponent ends up getting to 2 drill runs here. And we're going to just double shield and keep this Toxapex as healthy as possible. Force them to switch out. We do go for this Sludge Wave right here to basically get a shield or get them to do big damage. We're going to force them to use energy at some point here. There it is. This is going to be the Seed Bomb. And even though this Trevenant has a ton of energy, we're going to come in with our Poliwrath because our Poliwrath has no chance against that Pelipper with the shield advantage. So basically we're just sacrificing this Poliwrath and hoping this Sandslash here can farm down and possibly... Oh, they switch out. And then hopefully we can get to 3 moves before they can get to their charge move. But looks like the Weather Ball goes through right here. And we're going to get to this Ice Punch right here. It still doesn't take it out. We still need another move. But unfortunately for us, they already had another move. So GG's to our opponent right there. Not bad. Check out this team if you haven't already. Let us know if you enjoyed the video.